Welcome to Leader Lifestyle Hub. As we have set the target of completing 200 book summaries in the entire year, here comes the book number 169. And the name of the book that we have today is The Lean Startup. Without any delay, let's start our journey. We will see the top 3 lessons and the target audience of this book. The target audience: 14-year-old who with an idea for an app, the 33-year-old who thinks it is too late and too much work to start a business now, and anyone who ever built something people then didn't like. So, let us see the small synopsis of the Lean Startup. The Lean Startup book offers both entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs a semi-scientific, a real-world approach to build a business using validation, finding a business model, a profitable business model, and creating a growth engine. Let us listen from the author himself, Ries. The only way to win is to learn faster than anyone else. Remember this powerful quotation? The only way to win is to learn faster than anyone else. I remember the first time I heard about Eric Ries. It was in my statistics class in the college in the US, where I studied abroad at UMass Dartmouth for 2 semesters. My then classmate, now good friend, T, said he was reading his book. I'm not sure whether he liked it. Isn't it funny how prejudiced we are? Just from hearing doubts about someone I had no clue about. Some switch in my brain flipped and never picked the book also. I really enjoyed the book The Lean Startup. Eric Rice's approach does rely on careful and strategic planning, but not by sacrificing action and results for it, like a lot of other business books do. As someone who is been through failed validations, I can 100% vouch for the concept. It saves tons of time and energy. And if you are a blogger, the warning about vanity metrics is all the most appropriate. We all spend way too much looking at Google Analytics graphs, social shares in the social media like in the Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, and other feel-good metrics instead of looking the truth in the eye and admitting those email subscribers don't grow as fast as we have hoped. I'm expecting this book to be a little more scientific, so I do think the summary on this Blinkist is a great place to start for people who want real world practicality. The Lean Startup was one of the first books I threw in my library. No harm in reading a summary for free, right? Yet again, it ended up last of the pack and I never read it. Let us see the top 3 lessons of this book. Here is what I learned: the top 3 lessons of the book. Find a business model that works through validation. Use split testing to tell value from waste. And the third powerful lesson is never ever indulge in vanity metrics. Let me repeat the 3 lessons. First lesson is find a business model that works through validation. Second lesson is use split testing to tell value from waste. And the third important lesson is never ever indulge in vanity metrics. Are you ready to start your business? I hope you are, because here we go. Let us see each and every lesson in detail and dig deeper into the lessons. Lesson number 1. Find a solid business model by validating your idea. One word is mentioned again and again throughout this summary, and it actually represents the whole book quite well, which is nothing but semi-scientific. This word is mentioned in the book long and many times. It stuck with me and perfectly fits this lesson as well. Always validate your shit. All right, I might be paraphrasing here, but the summary of it is that in order to find a sustainable business model, you have to create a hypothesis. In order to find a sustainable business model, one that you can roll with for at least 5 years, you have to, like a scientist, create a hypothesis. Let us take an example, Amazon's hypothesis. What is Amazon's hypothesis was that people would buy books online, while Jappos thought people would do the same with shoes. Jappos have the hypothesis of selling shoes online, whereas Amazon initial hypothesis was people buy books online. Now that was the easy part. And this is usually where the scientists start building huge theories, researching, calling colleagues, and a whole bunch of other things, which won't get them closer to find out if the hypothesis is valid or not. That's why you have to be only semi scientific, because now you just throw your hypothesis out into the real world. In the real world, whether your hypothesis might outreach or whether your hypothesis will be crossed out. What does that look like? For Amazon, it was a very rudimentary website. And for Jappos, the founder just set up a website with shoe picture and let people buy. Once they bought, he went to a shoe store, got the actual shoes, and shipped them. Means that was the technology they have applied. Means technique they applied. In the Jappos website, once the people choose the just image, shoes image, and people click on the buy link, they buy the shoes. After the order placed, Jappos website founder went to a shoe store nearby, got the actual shoes, and shipped them. No Kagan from AppSumo also used a ghetto website where people should just PayPal him $60 to get started. The important part is that to get people to pay as early as possible, because when people say great idea or I would like to buy that, that doesn't put a cent in your pocket. So get out there and instead of calling friends, researching and getting feedback, find people and ask them to buy. Find people and ask them to buy. Let us move on to the lesson number 2. Tell value from waste with split testing. Tell value from waste with split testing. Another semi-scientific approach to then developing your product is split testing. Nowadays, often called as a A/B testing. I have tested this A/B testing in the ConvertKit, and there is a A/B testing in all the marketing strategies. This means you create two versions of your product, a first version or second version. Show both of them to the same amount of people, and in this way, figure out which one people like more, A option or B option. Like that way, you can identify which one is the more attracting the people. And this allows you to tell the difference between the features your customers value most and those they don't want or they don't need. Imagine how hard this was a few years ago, where the only way to do this was to create physically different products. Let us take an example. If Domino's wanted to change the design of their pizza box, they would have to create two different designs, use them to ship pizzas to 1,000 customers each, and ask each customer for feedback on the box. What a nightmare. Now in the world of interwebs, they could just come up with two designs in Photoshop and hold a poll on their Facebook page or any Slido and would instantly get hundreds of thousands of answers in the same day. There is no need to wait for the 1,000 customers' feedback. Today, you can split test any part of your website for free. For example, with Optimizely. So before you add, drop or change features of your products, learn what the customers want and what the customers need. So tell value from waste with the help of split testing is the second lesson. Let us move on to the lesson number 3. Never ever indulge in the vanity metrics. The data you get from split testing is valuable. The number of your Facebook likes is not. It's a vanity metric. So likes, shares, and comments are not important in the journey of business. And you must never indulge in those vanity metrics. Getting lots of page views is great. So he is being covered in the press and having lots of followers on Twitter. But none of those likes, comments pay the bills. The only metrics you should measure your success with are the ones who tell you if you are profitable or not. Do users recommend you? If so, how many? Does the rate of recommendations go up or down? These are the metrics which you need to be considered. Are existing customers coming back to buy more? Are existing customers becoming recurring? Is the cost of your Facebook ads lower than your customer lifetime value? These are the kinds of metrics you should look at because they make or break your business. They make or break your business. Just because Jimmy in high school felt super cool when he was first to get 1,000 friends, Facebook friends, that doesn't make him any more of a success in his life. You might have 2,000 friends, 10,000 friends, 1 lakh friends in the Facebook, or you might got 1M likes in the Instagram video or YouTube video. That doesn't make you any success in the business or in your life. What matters really is how many users recommending you or how many existing customers coming back to buy more from you. That are the things that you need to care of. Facing the truth means the facing right metrics. So get on with the flattery and focus on the numbers that matters. Let me repeat the top 3 lessons. Find a business model that works through validation. We have seen the Amazon business model, how it has helped the Amazon. It started with the people who buy the books online. This is the Amazon's hypothesis. If you want to find any business model, sustainable business model for next 5 years, you need to create a hypothesis. As Zappos did in the same way. When the Zappos thought of creating a online website for selling the shoes, they simply created one shoes image. Let me open the Zappos also. They have created the simply online website for selling the shoes. They simply kept the shoes images like this. They kept the shoes images. Once they buy the shoes, what they have done, they went for the real shop and purchased the shoes and shipped them to the customers who ordered them. So like this way, they have done initially. After the hypothesis worked well, they have moved into the sustainable business model. In the same way, you can also select the one category that we have discussed, the previous 6 categories. What categories you want to work, whether it may be in informational content generation, whether it may be e-commerce, whether it may be real estate, whether it may be training coaches. 6 categories that we have mentioned in earlier. Select one category and create one hypothesis today for maintaining the sustainable business model. Once you've done the sustainable business model, use split testing to tell which one gives more value. And third important lesson is never ever indulge in vanity metrics, which is nothing but likes, shares, and comments. These are the 3 lessons. And let me repeat the quotation again. The only way to win is to learn faster than anyone else. Thank you so much. See you again in another book summary. Until then, stay connected, keep progressing.